All right. Welcome along to Module 4 of the MSP SEO Masterclass. Let me get my slides on the screen here. This is the final module in the masterclass itself. We have covered what we covered. My memory is shot at this point. We've covered a lot. We did pretty much Module 1. We were talking about ranking quickly in the map pack. So that out of all of the modules, Module 1 is probably the one that is the least effort that will give you the most gain. Module 4, what I'm going to show you here, there is more work within it. It is, if you're going to go down the advanced sort of and spend the time and invest in your SEO for the long term. I do this, or I used to do this on a regular sort of annual basis, these steps. I used to put together a little bit of a plan when it comes to actually putting these steps out there and actually doing them. I would delegate some of it out. I used to do this type of stuff myself and then start to delegate it out. It's all about authority and backlinks and basically off-page SEO. Everything that we've discussed so far in modules 1, 2, and 3, it's all been things on your own website. What I'm going to go over just now is things that you can do on other people's websites to help improve your rankings. So let me get to the next slide here. We're going to show you what we're going to be covering. I'm going to be going over authority backlinks. So that is basically other websites linking to your website. I'm going to discuss some of the tactics that you can use to get authority backlinks. And I'm also going to highlight, it's the first thing I'm going to do, is the differences between shitty backlinks, excuse the French, and authority backlinks and what to watch out for. I've got a little story there that I'm going to tell you about. The second item on our agenda today is reviews. Reviews don't affect your ranking. A lot of people think they do. I'm going to give you some examples and show you how they don't affect your ranking, but they help with credibility, and it's something that's off page. And finally, we're going to go into a little bit. This is gaming the system, but with minimal risk. Your site's not going to be affected by this tactic, Parasite SEO. It's all about other websites. So you have no risk involved, but you can get more traffic and more presence in the search using Parasite SEO. But we'll start off with a little bit of an overview on backlinks, what they are, what they're not, and what you should avoid and what you're trying to get. The story goes something like this. Back when I started getting into SEO back in 2007, I had built a very simple website to generate business, and I needed to figure out, okay, how do I get it in the search? How do I get it number one? I was trying to rank things like computer repair at the time, laptop repairs, and I figured out back then, 2007, I read a lot of stuff on SEO. This is going back, what are we looking at now? 2007, a long time ago. That's 15 years or something like that. But what came to be was that you could easily game the system. If you got backlinks from other websites to your website, you would go up in the rankings. And the more backlinks that you got from other websites, the higher you got in the rankings. And it was very easy to get top locally. The only issue with this is that everyone else was trying to game the system. Everyone else was getting backlinks from websites. There was a tool that I used a couple of times called GSA. I don't know what that stands for, but it used to just go scour the web looking for link opportunities that would allow you to put your website in and coming back to your website. Another tool was called Scrapebox. It was awesome because it was feature rich, and I actually still use Scrapebox for some things, but not for backlinks. And that again was a way of basically getting links back to your site. The issue with this now, those types of methods, is that they don't work. And in fact, they'll have a negative effect on your website. You'll actually find that if you go and just get links from anywhere or pay for links, your ranking will go down. It won't go up. It will go down. And I have experienced this myself back when I was doing affiliate marketing back in 2012. The tactics still worked even in 2012. And it was just when things changed. And when they did change, we realized everyone else that was promoting this one product at the time, I'm not going to go into the details of what it is, but we all realized, oh, we can just fire backlinks at our competitors and watch their websites tank. And that's what happened. There was basically a war and people were tanking each other's websites in the search. And I completely gave up the whole affiliate marketing thing, and I gave up an SEO at that point just because I was like, wow, you can't stop that. It's completely out with your control. However, times have changed. Google is extremely smart, as are all the other search engines. And what Google likes and what it is looking for from a backlink profile is looking for authority backlinks. So it is websites that are trustworthy. If you had to do business with a website that your link was coming through, are they trusted? Like locally, nationally, are they trusted? That's the first thing. You should also think about websites that are local. So you're looking for ideally you're looking for websites that are trustworthy, that are local, but that are also relevant. And I've got a good example, as you can see here on the screen. We've got a relevant backlink here at IT Rockstars from the Tech Tribe. This is one of Nigel at the Tech Tribe. He came onto our podcast all the way back in 2018, and he was nice enough to include me in his website, and I'll mention there. So I've got a backlink from Nigel's website at the Tech Tribe to my website. That is the type of thing that Google is looking for. It's relevant. The Tech Tribe's all about MSPs. IT Rockstars, we're all about MSPs. That relevancy really helps a lot. And as I say, Google it's programmed, the algorithm is programmed to find that type of stuff out and then increase your ranking substantially if you can get relevant backlinks. Other types of links are backlink sources. So what you can be thinking about with your own local IT support, business IT MSP website, some places to start we've got up on the screen here. You can see this nice picture of a guy called Gordon. He just so happens to be the IT support. He's in a BNI, Business Network International chapter here, quite local to me. It used to be the chapter that I was part of. But he has got, you can see right down the bottom here, he's got a backlink to his website. So there's link opportunities that are probably already open to you that you're just not aware of. So if you're like a member of the Chamber of Commerce, if you're a member of BNI or another business network association, more than likely they have a website, and more than likely that you have a profile or you have some form of opportunity to be able to include a link from their website back to yours. And it's a case that from this example I've got here, the BNI one, that's something that you can actually go into your profile and just edit yourself. Some of the chambers of commerce, you're probably going to actually have to ask for the link, or you're going to have to be asked to be added into their local directory. Another source open to you, and it's a really good source because these are usually quite authoritative websites locally, are non-profit websites, so charity websites. And the reason that they're authoritative is because usually the nonprofits team up with larger organizations locally and nationally. So they get lots of backlinks to their website from really trusted sources and large organizations. And it's very easy for you to get a link back from a nonprofit. All you have to probably do is do something for their cause and just ask the marketing department prior to doing the thing, can you include me? Can we include a little piece with a link back to my site in your blog? It's as simple as that. And it could be a case of donating old hardware. It could be a case of an actual donation, or maybe you're going to have to go out and actually help whatever the service the nonprofit's actually doing. The hardware angle, that's an easy win for us all, isn't it? We've got a stack of old laptops sitting somewhere that we can donate, and we can get that backlink from that website. So that is the sources of backlinks that we've got. And the final one we've got here are guest posts and footers. So a guest post, you already covered that, is asking a marketing person that works in an organization, can we post either a guest post, so you're going to be writing the content yourself that you post to their website, or they cover you somehow with a link back to your site. If you're hosting your clients' websites, you could include in the footer, I have seen other IT support companies, MSPs, that do this, backlink to your website if you're hosting your clients' websites. And what I would state with putting a link in the footer of your clients' websites, don't game the system. have your brand term in there, have your company name. Don't have things like your keywords IT support or IT services in there, because Google will just root that out immediately. So you really just want to have your brand term if you're going to be putting links in the footers. And it's mainly based on the fact that, as I say, not all links are equal. Google has some things in its algorithm, so it knows where links are mentioned on a page, and if it's further down the page, they're not as relevant. So these are backlink idea sources and what you can do. There's also a tool that you're potentially already aware of. Let me bring it up on the screen here. Just a moment. It's called Ahrefs, and there's a 7-day, I think it's 7 days for $7, or it's a 7-day free trial. It's one of the two. But what Ahrefs will do for you is it will actually go and crawl the web to see where you're getting all of your backlinks already. And you can see here, this is the IT Rockstars website. We've got backlinks starting back in January 2019. And we actually go back to 2014, I think, IT Rockstars, the domain name. But we switched from a .co.uk to .net when we realized the majority of our clients were US based. So it made more sense that we had some sort of international TDL there. So you can see all of the backlinks here, the referring domains, and you can actually go into the link profile here and actually see where you're getting your existing backlinks from at the moment. There might be some junk in here, so you might actually want to go and see if you can get links removed. I wouldn't spend too much time on this though. It's really just for insight. And what you can use this tool for is looking at your competitors. There's probably local competitors that are ranking you in the search. You can put their website address into Ahrefs and you can find where they're getting their backlinks from. And you may find that you'll maybe find some of their clients in that list. That'll give you some intel from a sales perspective, but you'll also find potential opportunities locally where you can also get links from. And it is really just a case of matching and exceeding your client's backlink profile. So that's Ahrefs. I don't want to go into too much detail on it. Hopefully you can see the screen there. It's really squished down. But there is a 7-day trial of it that you can check out. And I do think it's free of charge. So that's backlinks. It is one of the most powerful things that you can do for your website from a ranking perspective. If you could get onto a national newspaper or a really big website, like a really credible website, you're going to find that your rankings will immediately shoot up, pretty much just because of the authority of those larger websites. So that is number one. Most professional SEOs and experts will still tell you you should be doing this. However, as I say, it's one of the things that takes time. So that's why we've left it till module 4 if you've got this far. Second up, we've got obviously reviews. And as I mentioned previously, reviews they're not all created equally. And reviews don't help you rank. That's what I'm trying to say. A lot of people seem to think that when you get reviews on Google or any other website, that you're going to increase your ranking. And I'm going to actually give you an example of just why that logic is wrong. So let's do IT support New York. And you can see here, and we covered this in the first module already, the first 3 local companies listed here, this one on the top is not good. Yeah, the top one doesn't have any reviews. And the 2 below it, they're like 3 and 5. What's that all about? So you can quite clearly see that reviews don't really matter that much from a ranking perspective. And if you look down even further in this, a lot of these websites, I've got one here that's got 20, but still, I bet you there's more in New York that have got more. There's probably ones that are hitting 1,000, and they're just not listed here at all in this top 10 list. What reviews are helpful for is from a credibility point of view. If you've got a prospect that's potentially doing a search for your brand terms, so for your company name, or they're just looking for IT support and your website comes up organically, they're far more likely to click into your website based on your reviews. That's the kind of logic behind why reviews do matter, but they don't help you rank, is that from a credibility perspective, and if your reviews are being shown on Google, then you should take note of that. Now, there's two methods to doing this. There's the manual approach or the automated approach. I think what I've got here is a tool called Smileback. One of our members, David Stanley, he's got another tool that he uses. I can't remember the name of it. He'll probably fill me in at some point. But Smileback basically connects in with your, and the other tools do similar, it connects in with your PSA, your help desk system. So when a ticket is closed, it will automatically go and ask the client, hey, can you feedback on the ticket that we've just closed? And if that feedback's positive, then the logic dictates that, hey, maybe they'll leave a review. So Smileback actually automates that whole process. So the client can actually leave a review. I think it's just via an integration with ConnectWise. And the whole thing's done automatically, and that feed goes up to your Google reviews. There's also a WordPress plugin, so you can see the testimonials from Smileback as well. This is only one example. There are plenty of vendors on the market. The other automated way that you can set this up is just through a Zapier connection or Zapier connection, so that when you close the ticket, you can just send them to the relevant link. And this is the link that you need, certainly from a Google perspective. So let me go to Google My Business. I've got it on the screen here, actually. So this is the IT Rockstars Google My Business page. And about halfway down, there is this option here, Share Reviews Form. You click this, Google generates a nice little link that you can either put into Zapier, or you can just share it with your best clients and the ones that are going to leave you a good review. And when they click that link, it takes them into Google to leave the review. They don't have to navigate through anything. It takes them immediately to leave that review. So that's reviews. I'm not wanting to really go on too much about this because it's more about a credibility thing. And it's one of those things that if you set something up like an automated tool, you'll find that over time, it's going to work really well for you, because you're going to have this wealth of reviews on places like Google. But you can also use those reviews as actual testimonials, so you can actually build them into your marketing. If you're using the newsletters here at IT Rockstars, there's two sections within it where we've actually got a block for testimonials. So you don't have to go in and ask your clients for the testimonials, because they'll already be leaving these reviews. So you can just use them in the actual marketing copy itself. Next up, finally, last bit of Module 4. I can't believe it's almost over. We've got better things to be doing in SEO, that's why. And then we're going to be going into later in future masterclasses, is Parasite SEO. Now, this is a gaming the system type method, process, tactic, but it is one that is low risk. It's not as if you start doing this, you're going to be in trouble with Google and Google's going to downrank you. You don't have to really worry about that. So it's fairly low risk and it's fairly quick to do. It's one of the quickest things that you can actually do. And it will give you more coverage in the search, either for your own brand term, so your own company name. So if you've got someone typing in your company name, or a competitor's company name, or key terms that you're trying to rank for in the search. Now, the example I've got here on the screen in this slide is I typed in IT Rockstars. Let me try and make it a little bit bigger here. Let me just bring this up, actually. Yeah, let's do it like that. And then this is the search, and you can see these Parasite SEO is basically getting mentions from other websites similar to citations, but the reason for it is purely so that you can actually be shown in the search itself, as opposed to trying to game the Mac pack. So these two come up on the first page, certainly here in the UK, when I type in IT Rockstars, computerrepaircompanies.co.uk. I have a citation with them, but you can see here in the title of the citation, I've actually included keywords at the time that I wanted to come up for. So it was IT Rockstars computer repair company in Aberdeen. You can see that I've gamed the system. Basically, I was trying to come up for the term computer repair in Aberdeen. That's why I put that in there. This link is about 12 years old at this point, I think. And there's another one there as well, talentkicker.ai. I'm going to just bring up my browser here to show you some other examples. IT Rockstars, let's do the search again. I always go to my main website. There are other companies called IT Rockstars that you can see them coming up here. There's actually 3 other companies with the same name or similar names. Talent Kicker is basically, this is someone that's pulled our details from somewhere, and they went and included this information in their website. But you can quite often, you'll find that you'll be able to actually submit your own company website into these Parasite websites. So it's a good idea to have a look at potentially where your competitors are getting where they're being mentioned in other websites, and then going to those websites and actually building out a little profile for yourself in them, but stuffing it with the keywords that you want to be showing for. There are some interesting things that you can do with this, and I wouldn't probably suggest it. I'll mention it here. You can do Parasite SEO on your competitors' brand terms. If you have maybe a larger competitor, let's Cyber9 Systems is your competitor. You can go and create Parasite SEO profiles on other websites that come up. The one here is a really good example of a Crunchbase. This is a huge website. So you could go and create a mention of their company name on here, but also include your company name and your website address, so that when someone was searching for their terms, this would come up in the search. This page would come up in the search, and it would link back to your website. I wouldn't advise that tactic because from a long-term perspective, it's just not good business practice. It's something that you could do though. But the main reason for, it's something that's used in the products industries more than anything else. But the main reason for Parasite SEO is it allows you to create pages like this that rank really highly in the search. And it's purely because these websites like Crunchbase have a massive authority. So they're not trying to rank for IT services or anything like that. But as soon as they have a page created on them with IT support services, wherever you are, you're going to find it's going to go right near the top. It won't go to the top, but it'll be down halfway down the first page. You'll start to see these. So it's worth researching Parasite opportunities to see have a look where your competitors are getting their mentions from as well. So if you're not seeing much on for your own website, your own term, have a look at your competitors and see where they're getting these mentions as well. And as I say, it's just another opportunity if someone lands on this page to come back to your site. So I think, let me see if that's us. Yep, that is us. It's a quick module, half an hour compared to the other ones. My final thoughts on SEO. Now, if you know what we do here at IT Rockstars, you follow along with the roadmaps, you know that there's much quicker ways to generate leads for your IT or MSP business in SEO. And when I started IT Rockstars as a marketing firm, we pivoted from an MSP to marketing for MSPs. My passion was SEO. So I went and wrote a book about it, Bear Attack SEO for managed service providers. You can find it on Amazon or in all good bookstores. And then I realized after I wrote it, I'm like, yeah, this is good to having all these awesome processes and tactics for SEO. However, there are some much quicker wins when it comes to getting those meetings in the diary with potential prospects. And that's why we've got a roadmap here at IT Rockstars. It's basically to take you through the process of getting business quickly. If you follow it to a T, you're going to find that it's going to be a lot quicker than SEO. However, what is covered within this masterclass, what we've covered in the last 4 modules, are quick wins. They're things that you can implement quickly. You don't have to spend too much time doing them, but they'll actually help you they'll help you for the future. So if you spend the time now putting them in place, you're going to find that 90 days, 12 months from now, all of those things are just going to build up and they're going to help and create more traffic for you. And that brings us on to probably some of the future masterclasses that we have here at IT Rockstars. So there's our Facebook ads masterclass, potentially a LinkedIn one. I'm not sure about that. And that's all about traffic to your website and being able to retarget that traffic. You'll have to tune in for that masterclass though. But the more of that relevant traffic that you can get back to your website through tactics like SEO is going to help. But if you're obviously a member of IT Rockstars, you're going to find that having that roadmap is the number one thing that you should be concentrating on. And this is secondary. So that's my final thoughts. Don't game the system. Keep it relevant. Keep it authoritative. Keep it natural, and you'll find that your rankings will improve. Take it easy. I will see you in the next masterclass.